Full disclosure, I received this product for free. Purchasing details in the description below. Let's talk about the furry comic Robot Circus. In it, we meet Staro, the newest robot panda bear clown of the Roto-Wing Circus. Having replaced all of the feral animals with robot performers, the Roto-Wing Circus employs Staro and a small handful of repurposed robots to entertain the masses. Eye-bleedingly bright and colorful, the circus is ripe with magic shows, juggling, trapeze, all of the great things that traditional circuses have. Like, seriously, my eyes hurt looking at some of this artwork, and there's nowhere for my eyes to rest here. I had to lean back in my seat and really look at some of these panels to understand what I was looking at sometimes. Anyway, the seats are full, the music is wild, and the midway is full of food that everybody wants to try, especially the robot Staro. You see, Staro is a one-of-a-kind robot, as he is the first robot that can eat food. He has something inside him called a chemical furnace. It converts whatever he eats into electricity, which is honestly astonishing, even if it isn't complete yet. Can you imagine having a furnace in your house that you can just throw any old crap into and it turns into power? That would be amazing. I say incomplete because Staro is only supposed to have protein shakes and sugar water right now, but that doesn't stop him from gumming up his robotic systems with fair food and other junk, much to his creator's anger. Behind the entirety of the circus is Dr. Edith Roto-Wing. She's the owner. Her science partner, Dr. Marvello, repurposed all of the robots present, aside from Staro, who is new, to be circus performers. And that, my dear reader, is where this comic starts to tip its hand. Oh, it looks like fun and cotton candy and silly animals, and normally I would turn my beak up at such a shallow concept for a story. I know you would too. A comic about circus animals. Come on. No, there is a murky underlayer to this when you start peeling back the curtain. You see, Robot Circus is a post-apocalyptic story. A 2-page lore dump designed as a magazine article tells us that the ringleader robot, Circus, is the only intact robot from before the current era. The current era? Like calendars? So what year is it? Well, come to find out that Dr. Marvello is deceased, and he died in 1995 current era, which means if you do the math, that Circus is over 2,000 years old. This also tells us that the BC era had technology advanced enough to have artificial intelligence, autonomous robots, and motor vehicles. Current era technology is based almost entirely on repurposing things from 2,000 years ago, robots included. So, what happened 2,000 years ago that caused society to suddenly burst into flames and burn to the ground? Good question. But if you've ever heard of the Bronze Age collapse, you'll have a pretty good idea of what probably happened. I'm reminded very much of the show Adventure Time, really, a completely ridiculous and seemingly random premise of a show with a complex, well-defined, dark set of lore lurking in the background, and wait a second. A robot bear and his crocodile friend, other performing circus animal robots that are strictly meant to entertain, having dark secrets and lore once we peel back the colorful facade of their daily lives? That sounds familiar. All joking aside though, poking at the details, I can really see that there's plenty put into this comic before pen was even put to paper. Staro is the only new robot in this ragtag group of performers. Everyone else is a repurposed robot from 2,000 years ago, and the ringleader is the only one who was completely intact before she was brought to the circus. What kind of society has a need for crocodile robots, spider robots, humanoid ladybots, and more? Were humans a thing back then and now they're extinct? What caused all of it to come crashing down so suddenly and end the previous era of the planet? Well, I guess we have to read to find out. I was given the first chapter of this story, that is the first physical book that's for sale right now. Links in the description and all that good stuff. There's supposed to be much more in the future. You can read a black and white version for free. Again, links in the description. Seeing all the details lurking in the background, I feel like I've seen the tip of a dark and sinister iceberg that has been carefully dressed up in clown makeup. Now, this comic is essentially a mystery box story. Why are things the way they are? Why use 2,000-year-old robots in your circus act? What caused the end of the world 2 millennia ago? What happened to Dr. Marvello? Was it foul play? Will Staro ever be completed with his updated chemical furnace so he can eat whatever he wants? Hopefully we'll get all the answers in the future. So, all that being said, should you read Robot Circus? I am cautiously optimistic that this author knows what they're doing and has been making plans beforehand. I can't vouch for the story yet, as it has not yet been given enough time to earn a glowing endorsement, but much like any other mystery box story, time will tell if the comic will deliver on its promises or expand further on its apocalyptic origins. And if it does, I think it will be a solid read when it comes to fruition. I'll say, yeah, I want to see where this one goes. My interest is piqued. Check it out.